Many people who come across my channel, this particular channel, don't know that I have other channels. In fact, I have one of the most successful YouTube channels in the world. Yes, I own Success Secret TV. So we happen to make more than $96,000 last year. And for some of you who always need some proof, I'm going to show you that. But before then, let me tell you the story behind this video I'm making. It happened that in the year 2017, I discovered that YouTube is like a big deal. Then I started building a team around creating content for YouTube, and like 1 year plus after then, we started having some reasonable success. And last year, I think we made more than $96,000. Then one of my friends who get to know about my success on YouTube asked me, Steve, why don't you write a book about things you have learned on YouTube? Yeah, that seems like a good idea. But I was thinking, like, if I write a book, I will ask you to pay for it. What if I just come to YouTube to teach you about how to succeed on YouTube? So in that case, you don't have to pay me for that. And that is why I'm likely to make this video very, very deep. Because like I'm imagining that I want to write a book like my friend advised me to do. So I want to make it so deep that this is probably going to be the best information you can have about how to succeed on YouTube. So maybe you should be patient. Now, for those of you who need some kind of evidence to show that truly, maybe I make such money, I'm going to show you right now from my computer, what our revenue was. So now everybody in the world knows this is YouTube. And of course, if some people may be doubting that maybe I'm not the owner of Success Secret TV. Yeah, if I'm not the owner of Success Secret TV, I can never have access to the dashboard, which I'm going right now. So this is the dashboard of Success Secret TV. Nobody in the world can have access to this except I grant you that access, or maybe I sell the channel to you. So here we are. I have to go to revenue. Then from revenue, I have to go to year 2020, which is last year. And from that, you see $95,868. This is our revenue for last year. However, this channel doesn't make money from the advert alone. What you are seeing right now is adverts. This revenue is advert. This channel actually promotes my first company's product, which give us a whole lot of other money. I do not know specific amounts. I will have bring it up to you right now. But of course, you understand what I'm talking about. Now you have seen the evidence for some of you who need it. Now, I want to make this video to share with some people who might have the dream of building a YouTube channel that succeed. The reason why I think you will pay attention to what I'm about to teach you is three. Number one, YouTube is like crazily competitive. Okay, what does that mean? Yeah, this is what it means. There are 37 million YouTube channels as of today. So creating a channel means you are just going to be one of the 37 million other people who have created channels. Maybe that does not give you the picture as perfectly as you should see it. You see, just a few years ago, I think year 2007, there are 6 hours of videos being uploaded to YouTube every minute. Guess what that figure is today? 500 hours every 1 minute. Okay, that still does not make any sense, does it? So let me try and put that into some perspective. If you decide to watch all of the videos that have been uploaded to YouTube just in the last 24 hours, it will take you 164 years to finish just the video that have been uploaded to YouTube in the last 24 hours. Now, you see, that is crazy, don't you see? But wait, there is even more to it. Everybody in the world these days want to be YouTubers. Imagine there is a study in the year 2005 that shows that 75% of children in UK want to grow up to become YouTuber. Meaning, if you want to succeed on YouTube, you have to pay attention to people who have already succeeded on YouTube to share with you some of the things they have learned. And since I am writing you a book, like making you a course without asking you to pay for it, why won't you pay attention to everything I want to share with you in this video? So now I decided to share with you 3 basic things I think is going to be helpful for you to succeed on this platform. And number 1 of that is, do not feel entitled. And what exactly does that mean? You see, most people who start YouTube channels have entitlement spirit. Somehow, these people feel like they deserve to have 1,000 subscribers after 2 weeks of starting YouTube. Somehow, these people feel like they deserve to have 100,000 people watching their video after 6 months of starting YouTube. Because these people believe that they deserve these results, when they do not succeed in few months, they give up. Like, you do not deserve nothing. And I think the reason why so many people think they deserve success on YouTube is because they really don't know history. Now, let me remind you just 3 stages of history. My objective is, I want to get you to see how lucky you are to be able to have YouTube as a platform. So let's start from 1440. Before 1440, nobody in the world had access to communicate with 1,000 people at a time, because there was no way to do that. However, a guy was pursued from Germany for political reason, and he found himself in France. In 1440, Johannes Gutenberg started working on printing press. And 10 years after, 1450, this time around, this guy was successfully able to give us the first printing press. So for the first time in the world, we can print a book. So many people don't know that you couldn't print a book until 1450. Now, people like Martin Luther took that advantage in 1517 to cause a revolution, because now they can write something and print it for 1,000 people. Now, let's move a bit further. Not until 1895, we didn't have radio in the world. There was no way for you to communicate via radio. Now, in 1895, for the first time, an Italian inventor, Guglielmo Marconi, invented radio. But wait, you don't have access to radio because it is crazily expensive. You have to pay tons of money to have access to airtime on radio. And wait for it, until 1927, we did not have the TV, like Philo Farnsworth invented television for us, and we are able to communicate the image and the voice. But again, you have to be rich to buy airtime on television. Okay, come back to YouTube. Now you have YouTube. It is free. You don't have to pay to open an account. You don't have to pay to publish your video there. The only thing you have to pay is patience. Why is that difficult for you to pay? Because we have been spoiled in this generation. The reason why we have been spoiled in this generation is because we have no idea of how difficult it was for our fathers, for our forefathers. We have everything free, so we think we deserve them. Now, let me advise you. The very first thing you need to understand if you want to succeed on YouTube is you do not deserve success after 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So, set your mind right for a long-time game, and I think this should be helpful to you. Yeah, the second thing I think will help you to succeed on YouTube is do not compare YouTube to other social media platforms. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. So many people who come to YouTube to create videos have been to Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. And these people see how it is easy to kind of create profile on Instagram, and after 6 months, you already have 10,000 followers. So when these people come to YouTube, they create an account, and after 3 months, they have not seen 100 subscribers. They start comparing YouTube with that social media platform they already get used to. No, they are two different things. I think this analogy will help you. Social media platforms are corns. YouTube is cocoa. Okay, so if you are not a child of farmer like me, let me explain what that means. In my country, if you plant corn, it is 90 days before harvest. If you plant cocoa, however, you have a few years before harvest. But cocoa harvest is usually like 50 or 100 times more profitable than corn harvest. So this is mathematics. Other social media in the world are like corn. You get to eat, you get popular. YouTube is like cocoa. You probably will need a few years. And that is why in 1964, a media theorist by the name Marshall McLuhan said, the medium is the message. The meaning of that is, whatever message you want to pass across to the world, it is the medium you want to use that determines that message. So you have to understand the medium if you really want to succeed in any platform. So, like, stop comparing YouTube with Instagram. They are two different platforms. So here's the third thing I think will fundamentally help you to succeed on YouTube. Do not create a YouTube channel because everybody is creating a YouTube channel. Only create a YouTube channel on a topic or subject that you are passionate about. You see, in 1915, a man named Dale Carnegie wrote a book and titled it Art of Public Speaking. One very important message you will derive from that book is you have to be convinced about a particular subject to be able to convince other people. So, like, let me try and explain what that means for you. The reason why I succeeded on YouTube talking about entrepreneurship is because entrepreneurship is my life. Like, I have started businesses like from all my life, like when I was 7, when I was 15, when I was 21. So entrepreneurship is just like a natural thing to me to talk. I talk about entrepreneurship with my friends. I talk about entrepreneurship with my wife. I talk about entrepreneurship with my family members. My father is not literate. I will have talked about entrepreneurship to him. So that is why talking about entrepreneurship is easy for me. Now, let me give you an example that can be useful for you. Do not go and create a cooking channel if you are boring in kitchen, if you are not excited about food, if you don't like food. Because if you try and do that, because you know all these people who create channel about food and they succeeded, your audience will know that you don't know what you are talking about. Now, do not go and create a YouTube channel about your life. I mean, vlogging. Do not go and vlog. Yeah, people, do not go and vlog. Yeah, if your life is boring, if you don't have a lot of things going on in your life, because ask yourself, why should I waste my 10 minutes to watch your video if your life is boring and you are showing me your life? Like, you get the picture. Do not go and create a YouTube channel about marketing, for example, if you are not passionate about selling and marketing. Now, I'm sure you get that. So now, this series of videos, as I have told you, I want to really go in depth. So I have to start from foundation, meaning that I have a whole lot of things to share, a whole lot of things that will be equal to a course or a book. Now, these three things are foundational to every other things I'm going to be sharing with you in subsequent videos about YouTube. Number one, even before you create a YouTube channel, don't think you are entitled to quick success. Remember the history. Nobody in the world, like ordinary people in the world, have access to 1,000 people just 300 years ago. Now, don't feel you are entitled to succeed on YouTube after 6 months of trying. Now, this mindset is going to help you to see YouTube as a long-time game, which is the reason why you will succeed. Now, number two is stop comparing YouTube with other social media platforms. Because you have been to Facebook and you have 5,000 friends on Facebook in 3 days, or you have been to Instagram and you have 15,000 followers in 1 week, if you compare that to YouTube, you have failed before you get started. Now, the third thing is, don't create channel on a particular niche or topic because you hear that people make money from that niche. You will fail, I promise you. The reason why you will fail is because you cannot convince other people if you yourself are not convinced. You cannot get people to like you or your channel if that topic you are talking about is not what you talk about all the time, even off camera. I really hope these 3 points will be a foundation for your success on YouTube. Now, if I see that people like this video, then I'm going to make chapter 2 of it. Then I'm going to make part 3. I'm going to make part 4. But if people don't like it, then I will keep whatever I know to myself. One of the ways you can get people to like this video is maybe you share with your friends so it has more view. My name is Steve Courage and I love you.